Police Chief Marcus Hale never expected his battle to enforce the law would start at home. After 3 decades leading a metropolitan police department, Marcus finally bought a small property just outside the city limits to start a side venture, a modest factory dedicated to producing safety equipment for first responders. The factory was a way to give back to the community in a new way, blending his law enforcement experience with entrepreneurial spirit. His factory, located on his private property within the suburban development of Maplewood Estates, was fully permitted, zoned appropriately, and operated within all environmental and noise ordinances. It employed a handful of trusted local workers, ran during regular business hours, and was designed with strict safety and noise mitigation measures. For a time, it all ran smoothly. Then the trouble began. One afternoon, Marcus found a formal letter from the HOA slipped under his door. It stated, "Dear Mr. Hale, the Board of Maplewood Estates has received complaints that your factory operations violate community covenants, specifically Section 7.4, which prohibits commercial manufacturing activities within residential properties. You are hereby ordered to cease all factory operations immediately. Failure to comply will result in daily fines and potential legal action." Marcus reread the letter in disbelief. The HOA board was clearly out of touch with local zoning laws. The property was in a mixed-use zone that explicitly allowed light manufacturing. The factory's permits were current and compliant. The HOA had no authority to override city and county ordinances. But more than that, the tone of the letter was threatening and condescending, attempting to bully him into shutting down a lawful operation. Marcus knew he had to act fast. First, he calmly gathered every piece of documentation: city zoning approvals, environmental compliance certificates, business licenses, noise reports, and correspondence with county regulators. Next, he drafted a respectful but firm letter to the HOA board, highlighting the legal protections granted to his property and the importance of his factory's role in producing vital safety gear for law enforcement, fire departments, and emergency medical services. He also reminded them of the limits of HOA authority. "While I respect the community's desire for peace and order, your covenants cannot supersede state and local laws. I intend to continue my business operations fully compliant with all regulations." The board ignored his letter. Instead, they escalated, sending him another notice threatening daily fines of $500 and eventually legal action for nuisance and breach of contract. Marcus decided to invite them for a direct conversation, but on his terms. He scheduled a private meeting at the factory and sent a formal invitation to all board members. When the day came, the board members arrived cautiously. They expected a heated confrontation. Instead, they were greeted by Marcus in his police chief uniform, standing amidst a busy floor of workers assembling high-visibility vests, helmets, and protective gear. He calmly explained the factory's purpose and pointed out all permits displayed prominently on the office walls. "Do you know who I am?" Marcus asked quietly. "I am the police chief who's protected this city for 30 years. This factory is my way of continuing that mission, supplying gear that saves lives, and I'm fully within my rights to operate here." The board members exchanged uneasy glances. Then Marcus laid down the facts about local law. HOA rules cannot contradict city zoning. He cited legal precedents and reminded them of the consequences of attempting to unlawfully shut down a permitted business. The room was silent. Finally, one board member, a retired lawyer, spoke up. "Chief Hale, we had no idea. We were simply enforcing the HOA bylaws as we understood them. It appears we overstepped." Marcus nodded. "I understand the desire to protect the community, but it must be done within the law." The board apologized and withdrew all threats. They even agreed to work with Marcus to update the HOA guidelines, ensuring clarity around permitted uses. Today, Marcus's factory hums quietly every day, a testament to lawful enterprise and community safety. And the neighbors? Many now take pride in having a local hero not just keeping peace on the streets, but supporting those who keep others safe.